It had been a long day for Jason, and finally he could relax. He filled his bath with warm water, the steam curling into the air and filling the small bathroom with a calm scent of lavender. He sank into the water with a sigh, letting his muscles loosen after the heavy work outside. The world felt quiet, almost too quiet, and he closed his eyes, enjoying the rare moment of peace. Suddenly, he heard a tiny creak near the door, a faint sound, like a soft tap on the wooden floor. He opened his eyes, frowning, thinking maybe it was the house settling. But then he saw it. Something small, glowing faintly, standing at the doorway. A tiny figure, no taller than his forearm, yet strangely human in shape, with large eyes that shone like little stars. Jason blinked, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. The small being looked at him and tilted its head as if studying him. Then, in a voice that was surprisingly clear but tiny, it said, "This is my right." Jason froze, unsure if he had heard correctly. "Your right?" he asked slowly, leaning forward in the bath. What do you mean?" The alien girl stepped closer, floating slightly above the floor, as if gravity did not fully hold her. Her tiny wings flickered like translucent silk, and a soft glow pulsed from her body, lighting up the dim bathroom. "This place, it belongs to me now," she said firmly, her eyes wide and unafraid. Jason's mind raced. He could not tell if this was a prank, a hallucination, or something far stranger. He wanted to speak, but the words caught in his throat. The tiny alien seemed completely serious, yet her size made the situation almost unbelievable. "Okay," Jason finally said, trying to stay calm. "I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you mean by right, but this is my house." He tried to keep his voice steady, though his heart was pounding. The alien girl tilted her head, again, and smiled faintly. "Your house, yes, but the one who lives here cannot stop me," she said, her small fingers reaching toward him, though gently. The glow around her brightened, and the air felt charged with energy. Jason took a step back in the bath, careful not to splash. He realized this was no ordinary visitor, no human child, no animal. Something about her presence made the room feel electric, alive. He studied her closely, noticing her delicate skin, faint shimmer, and tiny pointed ears. She looked fragile, but the confidence in her eyes told a different story. "Who sent you?" Jason asked, trying to find a reason, some logic he could hold on to. "Why are you here?" The alien girl paused, as if thinking carefully, then whispered, "I came alone, because I had to." Her voice carried a weight far beyond her size, and Jason felt a chill run down his spine. He wanted to reach out, to touch her, to understand, but something inside him told him to be careful. She was small, yes, but powerful in a way he could not yet see. Jason swallowed hard and leaned back in the water, trying to stay calm. The tiny alien took another step forward, closer to the bath, her glow lighting up the room like a miniature star. "Do not be afraid," she said softly, though her words did not remove the tension. "I am not here to hurt you, yet you must listen." Jason's mind spun with questions, but one thing was clear. This was no ordinary evening, and the life he knew was about to change forever. He watched the tiny glowing girl in awe, curiosity and fear, wondering what her next move would be. And for the first time in years, Jason felt the impossible, the unexplainable, stepping into his life. Jason could not take his eyes off the tiny glowing alien. She hovered near the bath, her small wings shimmering softly, and her big eyes locked on him as if reading his thoughts. He swallowed hard and tried to speak, but the words felt heavy in his throat. "Why? Why do you think this is your right?" Jason asked slowly, trying to make sense of the impossible. The alien girl tilted her head, her glowing eyes reflecting the water. "My people. We have rules," she said quietly. "Rules that humans do not understand. This house, it is one of the places we choose." Jason blinked, confused. "Choose? Choose for what?" he asked, trying to sound calm, though his heart was racing. The tiny alien floated closer, her small hands clasped in front of her. "We choose the ones who will help us," she said, And for a moment, her small voice carried something ancient, something beyond her size. Jason felt a shiver run through him. Her words were simple, yet they carried weight he could not explain. "You need my help?" Jason asked, unsure if she was serious or just a very clever trick. "I don't know anything about your people." The alien girl's glow pulsed slightly, as if she were breathing light. "You do not need to know now," she said softly. "But if you refuse, it will be dangerous for you, for me, and for others. There are hunters, ones who will come if I fail." Jason felt a chill. His mind raced, trying to imagine what she meant. Hunters? On Earth? Who would come for a tiny alien girl? And why was he involved? "Hunters?" Jason asked, leaning forward slightly. "On Earth? Here? You mean like aliens?" The alien nodded slowly. "Yes, they are many. They follow my people's rules strictly. They do not forgive mistakes. They take what is theirs." Her small face grew serious, her glow dimming as if reflecting her fear. Jason tried to remain calm, but his mind was spinning. The idea of tiny glowing aliens with strict rules and hunters coming for them sounded impossible. Yet her small body and serious eyes made him hesitate. Could she be telling the truth? "Okay," Jason said slowly. "Let's say I believe you. Why my house? Why me?" The alien girl hovered a little higher, her glow now brighter. "Your house, it is a safe place," she said. "It has what I need to protect, to hide, to survive. Not all humans see it, but you do. That is why I chose you." Jason felt a mix of fear and curiosity. He had always thought of his house as ordinary, a small safe space in a big city, yet this tiny being claimed it had power, purpose, importance. "I don't understand," Jason admitted, rubbing his forehead. "You are so small, and yet you act like you are important, like the world depends on you." The alien girl's lips curved into a small smile. "I am small, but small can be strong. Small can change things," she said quietly, and Jason felt a strange warmth in his chest. Her words strange yet inspiring. Jason looked at her, unsure what to do next. "So, you are saying I have to help you?" he asked, his voice low, unsure. "Yes," she said simply, "but helping me is not just about rules or rights. It is about survival, about trust, about choices that matter. If you stay, you will see why." Jason leaned back in the bath, his mind swirling with questions, fear, and curiosity. This tiny glowing alien had entered his life without warning, claimed a right over his home, and now demanded his help. He did not know what would happen next, yet he felt drawn, pulled into something bigger than he could imagine. And deep inside, Jason realized that his quiet, ordinary life had just ended. Jason had barely processed the alien girl's words when she suddenly zipped across the room, her tiny form moving faster than his eyes could follow. He leapt out of the bath, slipping slightly on the wet floor, his heart pounding like a drum. "Hey, wait!" he shouted, trying to reach her, but she was already at the other end of the bathroom, floating slightly above the ground, her wings flickering like tiny lightning bolts. The tiny alien giggled softly, a sound that was both innocent and mischievous. "You cannot stop me," she said, her glowing eyes sparkling. "I must reach it before they come." Jason blinked in shock. "Reach what? Before who comes?" he asked, struggling to keep his balance, his mind spinning. The alien girl ignored his questions and darted toward the window, pausing only for a moment to look back at him, as if daring him to follow. Jason felt a strange pull, a mix of fear and curiosity, and despite the absurdity of chasing a tiny glowing being, he ran, slipping again on the wet floor. As he moved closer, he saw something strange. The tiny alien was not just fast, she seemed to know exactly where to go, weaving through obstacles with precision, her glow leaving a faint trail of light in the air. Jason reached out, hoping to catch her, but she darted just out of reach, landing on the edge of the bathtub and flipping gracefully onto the counter, her small wings buzzing. "You are slow," she said teasingly. "You must be faster if you want to help me." Jason felt a mix of frustration and awe. Her small size made her seem harmless, yet every move she made told him she was not to be underestimated. He realized she was testing him, measuring his patience, his attention, his willingness to follow. "All right," he muttered under his breath. "I will follow." The alien girl's eyes brightened, her glow intensifying. "Good," she said softly, almost approvingly. "We must hurry. The hunters are not far behind." Hunters. The word echoed in Jason's mind like a warning bell. He had no idea who these hunters were, or how they could possibly come to Earth, yet the tiny alien's urgency made it impossible to dismiss. She led him out of the bathroom, her tiny form skimming over the furniture as if gravity did not exist for her. Jason followed carefully, trying not to knock anything over, but each step made him realize how surreal this all was. He was chasing a glowing alien girl across his own home, and he had no idea why. They reached the living room, and the alien girl paused, her eyes scanning the room carefully. "They will come soon," she whispered. "We must find the place I need." Jason nodded. Though he had no idea what that place was, he felt a strange sense of responsibility, a pull that made him trust her instincts even without understanding them. The tiny alien glanced back at him and gave a small, confident smile. "Do not fall behind, human," she said, and Jason felt a shiver, as if her small words carried more weight than they should. He quickened his pace, his mind racing with questions, doubts, and fear. Yet through it all, one thing became clear. He could not turn back. Not now, not when she needed him. And as they moved deeper into the house, Jason realized that the ordinary life he had once known was gone forever, replaced by a chase, a mystery, and a tiny glowing alien girl who demanded everything he had to offer. Jason followed the tiny glowing alien through the living room, his heart still racing. He had never seen anything like her. Her small wings flickered with light, casting strange shadows on the walls, and her eyes seemed to hold stories far older than the stars themselves. She stopped suddenly near the corner of his couch, hovering in the air, and looked at him with an intensity that made him shiver. "Listen carefully, human," she said softly, yet her voice carried a weight that felt much bigger than her size. "I cannot explain everything, but you need to understand this, my people. We come from a world far from here, a place you could not imagine." Jason frowned, unsure whether to believe her, yet her serious expression made it impossible to dismiss. "A world far from here? You mean another planet?" he asked cautiously. "How did you even get here?" The tiny alien tilted her head, a small glow pulsing from her chest. "I came alone," she said. "Some of my kind are hunters, some are guardians, some protect, some take, and I belong to the guardians, but there are rules I must follow, rules that even humans cannot understand." Jason took a deep breath, trying to wrap his mind around the impossible. "Rules, hunters, guardians. I don't get any of this," he admitted. "Why me? Why my house?" The alien girl's eyes softened slightly, a small sigh escaping her lips. "Your house is safe," she said quietly. "It has a balance, a harmony that makes it hidden, even from hunters. There are places in this world that are powerful, and your home, it is one of them. That is why I chose you. That is why I came here." Jason felt a chill, her words painting a picture of a world hidden within his own, of dangers invisible to normal eyes. "And the hunters, they will come?" he asked, a lump forming in his throat. The alien girl nodded, her glow dimming slightly. "They will," she said. "But not tonight, not yet. You have a small window. To help me, to protect what must be protected, before they find it, before they take it." Jason's mind spun. "Protect? What? I don't even know what I'm protecting," he said, though a strange sense of duty began to grow inside him, something he could not explain. The tiny alien floated closer, her small hands reaching out as if to reassure him. "You will understand soon, human," she said softly, "but you must trust me. Trust that I know what is at stake. Trust that your life and mine will change if we fail. I do not ask lightly." Jason swallowed hard, feeling the weight of her words, and yet something inside him shifted, a determination he did not know he had. "Okay," he said finally. "I will help. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I will." The alien girl's glow brightened suddenly, a soft pulse filling the room. "Good," she said, her tiny smile radiant. "You will need courage, human, more than you have ever known. The world you know is small. The universe is much bigger, and we are only a small part of it. But your choices here will echo farther than you can imagine." Jason nodded slowly, his mind still racing, but a strange calm settled over him. He realized that the tiny glowing alien, despite her size, carried a power, a purpose that he could barely grasp. Yet he knew one thing: he could not turn away, not now, not ever. The alien girl hovered above the floor, her wings shimmering, and Jason felt a strange sense of anticipation, a mix of fear and excitement. The secrets of her world were vast, and he was only beginning to understand the role he must play. And as the soft glow of the alien filled the room, Jason realized that his quiet life, his ordinary days, had ended forever, replaced by a universe of danger, mystery, and a tiny being who had chosen him for something far greater than he could imagine. Jason had just begun to understand the tiny alien girl's words when a strange vibration ran through the house, a low hum that made his skin tingle. He froze, glancing around. What is that?" he whispered. The alien girl's wings flared brightly, her small body trembling slightly. "Hunters," she said softly, her glow pulsing rapidly. "They are close. They can sense me. They can sense what I carry. We must move quickly." Jason's heart jumped, a cold fear spreading through him. "Hunters? Here? Now?" he asked, his voice tight. How do we fight them? We can't fight aliens." The tiny girl's eyes narrowed, determination in her small face. "We do not fight like humans," she said. "We survive. We hide. We use what we have. I will guide you, but you must trust me completely." Jason nodded, swallowing hard, a strange mixture of fear and excitement flooding him. He felt unprepared, yet something inside him told him he could not turn back. The alien girl zipped toward the kitchen, her small glow leaving streaks of light behind her. Jason followed as best as he could, trying to keep up with her impossible speed. His mind raced with questions, doubts, and disbelief. "They are fast," she said, glancing back. "Faster than you think. They follow my trail, and if we fail, they will take it, everything we protect. You must not fall behind, human." Jason pushed himself harder, his legs trembling, trying to match her pace. I'm right behind you," he panted, though he doubted his own words. They reached the living room, and the tiny alien girl paused, her glowing eyes scanning the area. "We need cover," she said quickly. "There is a space behind the bookshelf. It will hide us temporarily, but only temporarily." Jason moved the shelf as quietly as he could, the alien girl darting behind it in a flash. Her glow dimmed, blending with the shadows, yet he could still see Soon, her bright eyes peeking out. Jason crouched beside her, his heart thundering in his chest. "I don't even know what we are hiding from," he whispered. "How can I survive against them?" The alien girl tilted her head, her small voice firm. "Survival is not about strength, human. It is about awareness, timing, and trust. We wait until they pass, then we move. They will not find us here. Not yet." Jason nodded, trying to calm himself, though every nerve in his body screamed danger. Outside the room, he could hear faint sounds, metallic steps, and a low hum growing louder. The hunters were coming closer, their presence undeniable. The alien girl's small hand touched his arm, a soft glow radiating from her body. "Do not panic," she whispered. "You must stay still. They will detect fear, but we can survive this if you follow me. Every move matters." Jason swallowed hard, his fear mixed with awe at her calmness. Her tiny presence somehow made him feel braver, as if her small body carried more courage than he had ever known. They waited in silence, the sounds of the hunters growing louder. Jason's mind spun with questions, yet he focused on the small glowing being beside him. He could not fail her, not now. And as the first shadow of a hunter moved past the living room doorway, the tiny alien girl's glow flared briefly, her wings buzzing in warning, and Jason realized the fight for survival had begun. But he also realized that this was only the beginning. The real danger, the true test of courage, had yet to come. And with the tiny alien girl leading him, he had no choice but to face it. Jason crouched behind the bookshelf, his heart pounding in his chest. The tiny alien girl hovered silently beside him, her glow dimmed to a soft shimmer, yet her eyes burned with focus. "They are moving faster than before," she whispered, her tiny wings flickering nervously. "We cannot stay here for long. We must make a decision soon." Jason swallowed hard, feeling the weight of her words. A decision? What kind of decision? He asked, though he already feared he knew the answer. The alien girl looked at him seriously, her small face glowing faintly in the dim room. We can stay hidden, but they will eventually find us. Or, we can move now, risk being seen, and reach the safe place I need. Jason's stomach tightened, his mind spinning. Move now? If we get caught, he began, but she interrupted him sharply. They will catch us anyway if we wait too long. The longer we hesitate, the smaller our chance, she said, her tiny voice firm, almost commanding. You have to trust me, human. Trust that I know what is at stake. Jason took a deep breath, trying to steady his racing thoughts. He felt the fear clawing at him, but also a strange determination. Something about the alien girl, her small glowing body, her unwavering focus made him believe in her plan. Okay, he said finally. We move. I'm with you. The alien girl's glow brightened slightly and she gave a small nod. Good, she said softly. Follow me exactly. Do not hesitate. One wrong step could mean failure. Jason moved carefully, keeping low, his eyes scanning the room as the hum of the hunters grew louder. Every shadow seemed alive, every sound amplified in his ears. The tiny alien girl darted first, moving toward the hallway with impossible speed. Jason followed as best as he could, his own legs trembling from tension. Suddenly, a shadow crossed the doorway, a dark figure moving faster than he could. Track! The alien girl reacted instantly, her small hands flaring with glowing energy, creating a tiny shield around them. Jason froze, awed. How did you do that? He whispered. But she did not answer, only gestured for him to keep moving. They slipped past the shadow just in time, the hunter's gaze sweeping the room without noticing them. Jason felt his chest tighten with relief, but he knew it would not last. The alien girl led him down a narrow corridor, her glow pulsing rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat. We are close, she said softly. The safe place is near, but you must be ready. This next part will be the hardest. Jason nodded, though fear gnawed at him. He had no idea what awaited them, but he trusted her instinctively, her small size hiding strength far greater than he had imagined. They reached a small door at the end of the corridor, almost invisible in the shadows. The alien girl hovered before it, her wings flickering with a soft light. Here it is, she said. Behind this door, we can rest for a moment, but only a moment. The hunters will not wait. Jason pressed his hand on the door, feeling the warmth of her glow beside him. I hope this works, he murmured, and she smiled faintly, a tiny reassuring gesture. You will see, human, trust me, she whispered, and with that, she opened the door, stepping inside first, Jason following cautiously, aware that every step carried a risk. Inside, the room was quiet, strange symbols glowing faintly on the walls, and a feeling of safety settled over them. But Jason knew it was temporary. The real danger, the real test, was still ahead. And as the tiny alien girl looked at him with those glowing eyes, Jason realized that he had crossed a point of no return. The choices he made from here on would determine not just their survival, but the fate of something far greater than he could yet understand. Jason crouched in the small glowing room, his chest heavy with tension. The tiny alien girl hovered beside him, her wings flickering like tiny stars. Her small hands traced the symbols on the walls, and a soft hum filled the air. They are close, she whispered, her glow brightening. I can feel them. They know we are here, and soon they will strike. Jason swallowed hard, his fear rising. Strike? How do we fight them? He asked, his voice barely a whisper. The alien girl's eyes met his, calm but fierce. We do not fight like humans, she said. We use what they do not expect. We use speed, cunning, and trust. You must stay close and follow my lead exactly. Jason nodded, trying to steady his shaking hands. He knew that hesitation would cost them dearly. Outside the door, he could hear the faint scrape of metal and the low hum of engines, the hunters closing in. Their presence filled the building, a weight that made the air seem thicker, heavier. The alien girl's small hand touched his arm, a pulse of light passing through him. When they come through the door, she said softly, you run to the left. I will create a distraction. Trust me. Jason swallowed again, fear clawing at him, yet he nodded. Okay. I trust you. The door rattled suddenly, a shadow appearing in the gap, and Jason's heart jumped. The hunters had found them, a cold, calculated presence that made him feel small and powerless. The tiny alien girl darted forward, a bright flash of glowing light bursting from her hands, blinding the first hunter just long enough for Jason to move. He ran to the left as she had instructed, adrenaline pumping through his veins. The hunters roared, mechanical voices echoing in the corridor, and Jason's legs carried him faster than he thought possible, the fear and urgency driving him. Behind him, the alien girl zipped through the shadows, her glow flickering rapidly, and Jason heard the hunters shout, confused by the sudden movement. Their sensors overloaded by her tiny body and unpredictable speed. Jason rounded a corner, almost crashing into a wall, and saw a narrow staircase leading downward. "This way," the alien girl called, hovering above him. He followed, each step echoing in the empty stairwell, and as they reached the bottom, Jason realized the room they entered was unlike anything he had seen before. The walls shimmered with soft light, strange energy radiating from the floor. The alien girl landed lightly on the ground, her glow steady now. "This is a safe zone," she whispered. "For now, but not for long. They will not give up easily, and we must be ready." Jason's chest heaved, relief and fear mixing inside him. I made it?" he asked, still in disbelief at what had just happened. The tiny alien girl smiled faintly, a small light flickering in her eyes. "You did well, human," she said softly. "But the danger is far from over. This is only the first encounter. They will come again, stronger, faster, and more determined." Jason looked at her, awe filling his mind. The small glowing creature, barely bigger than his hand, carried courage and skill he had never imagined. She had saved him, guided him, and now he felt a strange bond, a connection that went beyond words. And as the soft hum of energy filled the room, Jason realized the truth of her earlier words. The universe was vast, dangerous, and full of mysteries, but with the tiny alien girl at his side, he was ready to face it. For the first time, Jason understood that this was not just about survival, it was about trust, courage, and something far greater than either of them, something that could change the fate of worlds. And as the hunters regrouped outside, the tiny alien girl's glow pulsed with determination, a silent promise that they would face the storm together. Jason leaned against the glowing wall, catching his breath. The tiny alien girl hovered near him, her glow soft but steady. "We are safe for a moment," she whispered. "But I must tell you something important. You need to understand why the hunters want me." Jason shook his head slightly, still trying to calm his racing heart. I thought it was just about you escaping, that's all," he said, but her serious expression stopped him. "No, human," she said firmly. "It is not just me. It is what I carry, something far greater than you can imagine. The hunters, they are not here for me alone. They are here for my lineage, my people, my power." Jason's stomach dropped. "Lineage? Power? I don't understand," he said, feeling a cold shiver run through him. The tiny alien girl's wings flared briefly, casting shadows on the glowing walls. "I am one of the last of my kind," she said softly. "My family once ruled this star system. But the hunters betrayed us. They took everything. They hunted me because I am the key to restoring what was lost." Jason's mind spun, trying to comprehend the enormity of her words. "You mean, they want you because of your bloodline?" he asked, astonished. She nodded, her small face glowing with determination. "Yes, human. My blood carries knowledge, strength, and abilities they cannot achieve themselves. If they capture me, they will control it. They will use it to dominate, to enslave, to destroy." Jason swallowed hard, his fear mixing with a growing sense of responsibility. "Then, we have to stop them. We can't let them take you," he said, his voice shaking slightly but firm. The alien girl's glow pulsed with approval. "Exactly, human. But it will not be easy. The hunters are powerful. They have technology, numbers, and ruthless skill. We must be smart, careful, and united. Every move must be calculated. Every step matters." Jason's hands clenched into fists, a determination forming in him he had never felt before. "Then we fight smart," he said. "We find a way to protect you, to protect your power, no matter what it takes." The alien girl's eyes sparkled, a tiny smile forming on her face. "You are brave, human, braver than most of your kind. Together we can do this. But first, we must find the hidden chamber, the place where my ancestors stored the knowledge. It is the key to stopping the hunters, and it may save my people. Jason nodded, trying to imagine the magnitude of what she was saying. Hidden chamber. How do we find it? He asked, feeling both fear and excitement. The alien girl hovered closer, her glow reflecting in his eyes. I know the path, she said softly, but it is dangerous. The hunters may have found parts of it already. We must move carefully, quietly, and quickly. There is no room for mistakes. Jason swallowed, looking around the room, the glow casting long shadows. Then lead the way, he said, his voice low but determined. The tiny alien girl nodded, a flash of bright light pulsing from her wings, and she zipped toward a hidden panel in the wall. Her small fingers pressed symbols in a precise sequence, and the wall shimmered, revealing a secret doorway. Jason's eyes widened. A secret door in here? He whispered, amazed. She nodded, hovering at the entrance. Yes, human. Behind this door lies answers, power, and danger, everything you need to understand why we fight and why the hunters will stop at nothing to get me. Jason took a deep breath, placing his hand lightly on her small glowing shoulder. Then let's go, he said, steeling himself for what lay ahead. And as they stepped together through the secret doorway, the tiny alien girl's glow illuminated the path, casting light on the unknown dangers waiting inside. Jason realized that this mission was far bigger than either of them had imagined. The real battle was only beginning. Jason followed the tiny alien girl through the secret doorway, his heart pounding with anticipation. The walls glimmered faintly, glowing symbols guiding their steps. Each step echoed in the narrow corridor, a reminder that the hunters could be anywhere. The alien girl's small wings fluttered nervously, but her eyes were focused, scanning every shadow. Almost there, she whispered. The hidden chamber is just ahead, but the path is trapped. You must watch every step carefully. Jason nodded, his hands tense. Traps? What kind of traps? He asked, fear and curiosity mixing inside him. She glanced at him briefly, her glow pulsing. Old technology. My ancestors left it to protect the chamber. It is not deadly to me, but to outsiders. One wrong move and alarms will alert the hunters, then we will have no chance. Jason swallowed hard, moving slowly, feeling the tension in the air. Every corner seemed alive, every shadow a potential danger. He concentrated on the symbols on the floor, trying to match the rhythm the alien girl indicated with her glowing hands. Suddenly, a faint click echoed through the corridor, and Jason froze. His heart jumped, but the alien girl hovered above the trap, her small body glowing brightly. Step back, she whispered, and the floor shifted slightly, revealing a hidden path around the trap. Jason exhaled slowly, grateful for her guidance. You make this look easy, he said, though his voice trembled. The alien girl shook her head slightly. Years of training, she said softly, but even I must be careful. One mistake could destroy everything. They moved forward cautiously, the corridor winding deeper into the hidden part of the building. Jason felt a strange energy vibrating in the air, as if the walls themselves were alive, guiding them toward the chamber. Finally, they reached a massive door carved with strange symbols, glowing fat. Netly with ancient light, the alien girl hovered before it, her wings flaring slightly. This is it, she said softly. The hidden chamber. Everything my people preserved is inside. Knowledge, power, and a way to stop the hunters. Jason's eyes widened. All of that, in there, he whispered, awe in his voice. The alien girl nodded, hovering closer. Yes, but we must be careful. The hunters may have followed us and they will know where to strike if we are not ready. Jason took a deep breath, steeling himself. Then we open it together, he said, and the alien girl extended her tiny hands, her glow pulsing over the symbols on the massive door. The symbols reacted to her touch, shifting and glowing brighter, and the door slowly began to open with a low hum, revealing a vast chamber filled with floating orbs of light, glowing books, and strange artifacts. Jason stepped inside cautiously, marveling at the sight. It's incredible, he whispered, feeling the power of the room fill him with awe. The alien girl hovered beside him, her glow steady. This is where we gain the knowledge we need, she said softly. But stay alert, human. The hunters will not wait. They will come, and when they do, we must be ready. Jason nodded, looking at the tiny alien girl, amazed by her courage and determination. Then we prepare, he said firmly, feeling a strange bond forming, a connection deeper than fear, stronger than doubt, and as they began to explore the chamber, the glowing orbs reflecting in Jason's eyes, he knew that this was more than just survival. It was the beginning of a fight that could change the galaxy. But outside, the hunters had already detected their presence, moving swiftly toward the hidden chamber, unaware that the smallest alien held the key to their defeat, and the tiny alien girl's glow pulsed brighter, a silent promise that they would face the danger. Together, no matter the cost. The hidden chamber glowed softly, but the calm did not last. Jason and the tiny alien girl sensed it immediately, a low vibration in the walls, the distant hum of engines. The hunters had found them, faster and more ruthless than they imagined. Jason's heart pounded. "They're here," he whispered, looking at the tiny alien girl, whose glow brightened fiercely. "Yes," she said softly. "But now, human, it is our turn. We will show them what they cannot expect." The first hunter burst through the corridor, heavy armor clanging, sensors scanning the chamber. But the alien girl zipped forward like a flash of light, her small body impossible to target. Jason could hardly keep up with her speed. She darted around the hunter, leaving trails of glowing light, confusing their sensors. And when they aimed, she disappeared and reappeared behind them. A sharp pulse of energy shot from her hands, and the hunter stumbled, sparks flying from its armor. Jason drew a deep breath, gripping the strange energy staff he had found among the artifacts. The alien girl nodded, and together they moved in perfect rhythm. Her speed and cunning complemented his strength and strategy. They were a team, unstoppable and fearless. Another hunter appeared, larger and heavily armed, its mechanical claws slashing through the air, but the tiny alien girl's wings flared, creating a blinding flash of light, and Jason struck with the staff, sending the hunter crashing into the chamber wall. The remaining hunters hesitated, confusion spreading across their ranks. They had never seen such teamwork, such unpredictability, and the alien girl's glowing form made them hesitate, unsure where to strike. Jason looked at her, amazed. You're incredible," he shouted, dodging a swing from a smaller hunter. She smiled faintly, her glow pulsing. "No, human, we are incredible together. Trust me, and follow my law." They moved as one, Jason blocking attacks, the alien girl striking with blinding speed. The chamber shook as hunters fell one by one, their mechanical roars echoing and fading. Finally, only the leader remained, larger than the rest, its armor dark and menacing. It raised its weapons, aiming at the alien girl, but she hovered in front of Jason, small but defiant. "This ends now," she said, her glow reaching its brightest. Jason nodded, feeling courage fill him. "Together," he said, and they charged, the chamber lighting up with their energy. The alien girl unleashed a pulse of light. Jason struck with the staff, and the leader staggered, unable to withstand the combined force. With a final surge, the hunter's leader fell, and silence filled the chamber. The tiny alien girl floated in the center, her glow softening but steady. She looked at Jason, her small eyes shining with gratitude. "We did it, human. We survived, and the hunters are gone." Jason exhaled, relief and awe filling him. "You saved us, saved everything," he said softly. The alien girl shook her head. "No, we saved everything together. You trusted me, followed me, and never gave up. That is why we won." Jason smiled, a deep sense of connection forming. He looked at the tiny glowing alien, once so fragile, now powerful and radiant. "I'm glad I trusted you," he said, feeling a warmth in his chest. She fluttered closer, her glow wrapping around him like a soft embrace. "And I am glad you were with me, human. Together, we can face anything. No one can stop us if we stand together." And as the hidden chamber's glow pulsed softly around them, Jason realized the truth. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and full of unknown threats. But with courage, trust, and friendship, even the smallest being could change the course of destiny. The tiny alien girl smiled, her wings shimmering, and Jason knew that this was only the beginning of their journey, a journey of hope, courage, and discovery that would echo across the stars.